Hey fellow prop firm traders, in this video I'm going to go over the breaking news about True Forex Funds that you need to know about, especially if you're actively trying to pass challenges or get funded. This is very important, so pay attention until the end. And also at the end I'm going to have a special giveaway bonus for whoever sticks around. So this all started about 2 weeks ago when unexpectedly True Forex Funds released a statement that pretty much said their MetaTrader was shut down unexpectedly, and now obviously across the industry we've gotten a lot more information about what actually went down. And basically what we figured out is that a lot of MetaTrader providers for prop firms have been shutting them down because of the regulation that's going on, and MetaTrader not really being exactly legal to use in the US the way that it has been used. So the prop firm space is changing. It's very important to understand that this kind of thing is going to keep on happening with prop firms shutting down, people not getting paid out. And so unlike 2 or 3 years ago when prop firms are booming and the industry was still really new and people didn't know what was going on, now we have a really good idea of what's going on and can see that prop firms are our enemy, and basically our job is to pull as much money out as possible before it's too late and we either get banned for winning too much money or the prop firm is shut down. So basically when we're going into a prop firm, we are going into the casino to try to count cards. And what happens to you in a casino if you get too good at counting cards and you start winning too much money? Well, they either kick you out or take you in the back, beat you up a bit, maybe something worse, and then you're on your way. So this is pretty much the same thing that we're trying to do, in all honesty. You know, this is not, prop firms are not your friend, and they do not want you to be a long-term successful trader. And trust me, I know I went through the process of actually I was going to start a prop firm, and what I realized is that really there's no way to do it without being directly in opposition to what you as the trader actually want. So if I'm a prop firm owner or you're a prop firm owner, you don't want anyone to pass or get paid out because you're losing money. Maybe in the future that's going to change and prop firms will actually be able to start paying people out from live funds that they're trading. But I think pretty much the biggest problem is that since the challenges are so difficult to pass, once someone actually gets through the challenge, they still have a very low chance of actually making the payout. So if those accounts that went live ended up having funds in them, let's say it's a 100K account and the max drawdown is 10%, well, there's like a 99.8% chance that that person loses the entire 10K. So I think at this point it's pretty much been realized by the prop firm owners that the way the model is basically impossible to fund live traders. This is not like a New York City prop firm where they actually want you to succeed because they've invested their money. No, this is been talked about a lot now and it's pretty obvious, but it's really important for you to remember that these prop firms are not your friend, and your goal is to go in and take as much money as possible out of their hands and then go put that into another business or real estate, or some other kind of passive income investment that you have. Or use the money to start a YouTube channel. But prop firms are not safe long term. I mean, I don't think they're gonna disappear, but the problem really is if you're a good trader, you're gonna get kicked out of most of these firms if you're getting too big a payout. So one strategy I've heard to kind of get around this and to not get banned is to just go for like 2 or 3, maybe 4% a month on your accounts. So if you have 300, 400K max allocation with a company, you're only really getting 8, 9K payout. You're kind of staying below that 10K, 15K range. Because basically every trader I know, I mean not all of them, but basically like 99%, that had, massive 50 to 100K payouts. What happened to them is they're interviewed by the prop firms and they kicked out right after the interview. So basically, the prop firm used the testimonial as marketing and then kicked them out because they can't afford, that marketing expense if they have a trader making 60, 70K a month and their challenge fee slows down. That could put them in a big cash flow bind. So the good news about all of this is that True Forex Funds probably really was telling the truth during this time. I was starting to wonder, and I was almost convinced that they were having a liquidity crisis. I just wasn't trusting it. But now that we have all this new information that's come out, let's just hope that U.S. traders are still allowed to keep trading with prop firms. I was looking into futures trading firms that allow U.S. traders. I believe his name is Trader Nick, had recommended going into the futures combines. But there's two big problems with the futures combines right now. So number one is none of the big ones I found allow automated trading anymore. I have no idea why. Maybe too many people are winning money with algos. They could have been getting swiped by these algo communities. I'm not really sure, but we're not allowed to use algos in the futures prop firms right now. So it really is kind of a kill deal for me ever since I've quit trading manually. The second problem is the drawdown is so low that you're basically going to have to trade like you're trading a tiny account. If you only have like a 3 or 4% daily drawdown and a 5-6% max, but you really can't be aggressive at all. Even with the safest strategy, some of my strategies will have a 4% drawdown in a month on my safest strategies. So the only way to not hit the max drawdown or daily loss limit and be successful with the futures prop firms would be to drastically scale down your risk. So you would need a lot more capital to actually be able to make the same amount of money you're making. And then if you want to trade the new way of trading, which is algorithmic, mechanical based trading like I do, then you're not going to be able to do it there. So all this being said, there's definitely some big changes coming in the prop firm industry. This is honestly just another wake-up call. I've been around, for a while now in the prop firm space, and I've seen my Forex funds go down, and actually the first account that ever got funded with Funding Talent, I lost that one a few years back. So we're continuing to see the dominoes kind of fall here, and I think in the long run, for U.S. clients, honestly, we might have to start to switch towards trading our own capital or trading with high leverage on crypto exchanges. But yeah, in my honest opinion, I'm going to keep trading, and you guys are going to see me pull massive payouts from a lot of these prop firms. But yeah, I'm not too hopeful about the long-term outlook for United States prop firm traders unless there's a massive change in the industry where prop firms actually start trading live funds, or maybe they're trading like 50% live funds and 50% simulated. But for that to happen, in my understanding, they would pretty much have to be a regulated broker and go through all of those stipulations. But if that were to happen, that would be really good for us, because then we wouldn't have prop firms that are putting slippage bots and plugins that are destroying our trading and basically leading us to lose. So all that being said, True Forex Funds is still my favorite prop firm. Once they open back up, I'm going to continue my 100K challenge, where you guys are going to get to see the progress of me passing the challenge using my bot. So far, ALPHABOT has passed the 10K challenge, and we were in the middle of working on the 100K challenge. We were about 3 or 4% up when we stopped trading, and it's been about a couple weeks now. So once we go live, we're gonna connect our MetaTrader bot to CTrader, and we're gonna continue rolling on. So if you are struggling with your trading at all, or you're really just having a hard time passing challenges, it's not your fault. There's a lot of bad trading information out there. I've bought like 20K of courses, and to be honest, maybe only like one of the courses actually helped me out at all. The rest was just fluff. And believe it or not, the cheapest course I ever bought from a dude named Jason Casper was actually one of the best basic trading courses I've ever bought, but there's so much bullcrap out there on YouTube and paid courses. So if you're struggling and failing, 10, 15, 20 challenges like I did, it's really not your fault, and I would just encourage you to not give up. Hit the link below this video and read my post in the new Discord that I made, because we are pretty soon here releasing our AI-based algorithmic mechanical trading edge, which can actually pass challenges for you without you ever even having to open up the charts or watch your trades. So not only is this thing going to save you a ton of time, but it's back tested across over 7,000 trades and works across basically every instrument that has momentum going in its favor. And when I say momentum going in its favor, I just mean that it has really strong moves. So you got indices, NASDAQ, US 30, DAX 30, and I don't really trade any indices outside of the US indices. And then you have crypto. My algos don't work as well in Forex right now, but they work incredibly well on indices, especially since in prop firms, indices usually have pretty low spreads. We're able to get our bots to work on very small time frames and utilize what I call micro scalping, which takes advantage of the momentum coming in the market and high volume that indicates potential institutional investors to look at a possible reversal. So with thousands and thousands and thousands of backtesting hours and different variations we've tried, we've really refined this algo to be one of the best algos I've ever seen. I mean, arguably it's probably the best algo in the whole prop firm space. We tried it on one challenge so far with True Forex Funds, and it passed the phase 1 for the 10K challenge. So we bought in 100K, and that's kind of when all this went down. But the way that we're trading now is new and like nothing that you've probably ever seen, and it utilizes a ton of different strategies I've learned over my years from different mentors. Even threw in a few ideas from ICT, even though that's a topic for another day. But basically, my algorithm will allow you to do about 5 to 20% a month, only risking about 4 or 5% a month. So it's going to pass your challenge within a month in like 99.9% of cases. We'll pass phase 2 pretty easily every time. And then once we get our funded accounts, we're going to turn down the settings a little bit and just start, racking up payouts. But this program is going to have a very limited amount of slots. I really want a tight, close community. So I'm inviting you today to join that community. We just opened our Discord, so we really don't have that much going on there yet. But I do have almost like a white paper right in the general chat where you can get a good idea of what our bots do, and we have another tab where you can see some of the results from the last year. But we have bots on indices that have done over 1,000% in the last year with only 5 to 10% max drawdown. We have crypto bots that do really good. I know Cardano, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. We have bots on all of those. And then one of my favorite bots is the NASDAQ bot on the indices, because that's one of our only bots I've been able to find that we can use on low time frames and make a ton of money on prop firms while not dragging out our trading timeline for months and months and months. So click the link below, hit up the Discord, and if you want to get into the beta test of ALPHABOT, all you have to do is, after you join the Discord, just click on my avatar, the ALPHABOT trading avatar, send me a DM, and follow the instructions in the general chat to apply. But you're going to get some massive benefits if you get into the beta test. When I launch this live and run ads to it, it's going to be a higher ticket product. So you're going to get massive benefits and discounts by being one of the original members inside of ALPHABOT. Once we actually launch it live, I'm going to limit the slots on it because we can't have everyone trading on this at the same time. So I actually didn't even really want to release this because it works so well. But yeah, when I really thought about it and just thinking about, I want a community and like-minded traders, I want to grow, I just decided that I could limit the slots instead of keeping it to myself. If we didn't limit the slots, essentially people would start to get banned from prop firms for third-party trading. So we don't want any of that going on, and so the slots had to be limited. I think in the beginning I'm going to open up 200 slots. So hurry up, get in while you can, and this is just the beginning. So join this community now, before the price of the bot gets out of the price range, which is going to be attractive to you. If any of that sounds interesting to you, click below now and hit the subscribe button. And I'm going to be keeping you updated on the live challenge we're doing, the 100K challenge, and any other updates that comes out from True Forex Funds.